We've been eating some great barbecue all day, haven't we?
We have. I'm full.
Well, there's more to go because we have some Kentucky bourbon.
There isn't anything but Kentucky bourbon. Is there any other kind of bourbon but Kentucky bourbon? I don't think so.
That's so nice of you to say. What?
Are we starting over or are we having a good time?
You know what's really amazing is bourbon can be made anywhere in the U.S., but bourbon originated in Kentucky.
I don't think there's any Nevada bourbon, and that's where I'm born and raised. So.
Oh my gosh!
No, Kentucky bourbon is the best.
It is really amazing, isn't it? We're really glad to be sipping some.
And you know, Marianne was too young to drink.
I know.
Now that I'm a grown-up, I'm having a wonderful time.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of where it all began for me because years ago when I was working with you, I decided to do a documentary on bourbon, and then it kind of just grew from there. So bourbon and you kind of have a certain root to the heritage of bourbonblog.com.
And I had no idea that you could do so much with it.
There's so much.
Cooking with it. You've got beans made it. You're barbecuing with it. You can put margarita mix in it. You can make a Bloody Mary with it, and you can drink it straight.
You have been learning so much. You actually had some that was like a margarita last night, didn't you?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm still walking around, perfectly sober.
Well, shall we have a sip?
Yes.
We're just gonna have it neat here, a little Four Roses small batch, neat. So.
You got me.
Yeah.
I remember what you liked last night.
Oh, you remember. What was it?
4 roses last night.
4 roses. 6 gardenias and 4 roses.
That's right. Do you have a toast, a Gilligan's Island toast that you, or any kind of tropical island toast that you?
No. Can we make one up?
We could.
To Ginger. Wherever she is.
And to Marianne, we're so glad to have you in Kentucky. And great to see you.
Such hospitality here. I've had a wonderful time. The people are here. The food is great. The bourbon is wonderful. And thanks for having me.
Well, absolutely. It's just the right place for you because you are all about hospitality. You're all about the good girl image. We were talking about that earlier because there's a lot of bad girls out there that seem to get the attention.
And they're half naked, you know.
Right.
Marianne could not even show her navel.
Wow.
Good thing.
And there's not really anybody like that. There's not anybody like that anymore, is there?
No, they're all half undressed. My mother would be so ashamed. But it's a new society today, and one of the things in my book, Marianne's Good Girl Guide to Life, is it's tough being a mother today with what's exposed everywhere, what comes on the internet, what comes through your telephone, and what's on television, and how do you create values and morals? And I'm not trying to be a prude, but how far is it going? I'm almost thinking the pendulum's coming back.
I think so.
You know, it's almost like Sodom and Gomorrah. Now the pendulum's coming back some.
And I've known you for a long time. When people see you out, they remember that character. They know that character. That's part of what draws them to you and to that character, don't you think?
Well, I'm greeted with love. I really do think.
Yeah.
And it's your formative years from 9 to 15 when you're really watching that. And Marianne was a good girl. She was stable. She was the moral compass of the island. And the 7 of us made sort of one person. You know, you had intellect, you had sex appeal, you had hard worker, you had kind of the buffoon. It's 7 misfits trying to live together. And now the world is millions of countries trying to live together. So we're just starting again. You know, it's back on whatever that new channel is. And kids are seeing it for the first time. And I can't go anywhere. I can't go to Beijing. I can't go to Rwanda without doing Marianne, Marianne. It is sustained. It's the longest running show in the history of syndication. Never been off the air since 1964 and in 30 languages all over the world. So it says something. Mr. Schwartz had something to say, I guess.
Absolutely. And everyone, I think, wants to know is, how do you stay looking so young?
There's a scrim over the camera. I'm like Dorian Gray. If you take it off, it all comes off. I don't know. It's positive thinking. I'm happy to be alive, and I'm lucky. That's all.
You are. We're lucky to have you here. Thanks for chatting with us here on bourbonblog.com, and thanks for being in Kentucky.
Thank you.
Cheers.